Howdy y'all and welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little Minecraft. Alright. So, here we are in the forest near the village where I left off. I was still looking for foxes and... Hey, little guy. And I actually found some. Unfortunately, they're like... ocelots, right? You can't tame them, but they are cool looking. I could be careful here. I don't want to lose my horse. Hey, Enderman. I was kind of hoping we could find one that's asleep somewhere. They're supposed to curl up and sleep in the daytime, I thought. Here's a great question, though. Where did I leave my horse? There you are. Man, I don't see one. There were a whole bunch of them, and I was having some game issues. So I rebooted my system. I'll splice some images from what I recorded with them, though. That way we can get them in here. They were cool, but they only come out at night, and apparently you can't tame them. I was going to tame one, so I just looked up how to tame them, and it says they can't be tamed. If you breed them together with sweet berries, which I have some, then they will, the resulting offspring will not run away from you, but isn't a tamed animal, so I couldn't like pick it up and carry it home with me or have it follow me home, which I guess I could cheat some in. I might do that. I mean, I cheated in the pandas, so I might cheat in some foxes because they're cool. You know, when I was younger, we used to have foxes occasionally on the farm I lived on, not as pets, but you'd see them out and about. They're actually super pests, and will get in and kill your animals if you're not careful. Not your cows and stuff, but like chickens and whatnot. And whatnot. I know we had a trapper who would come out and trap them, keep the numbers down, because they get sick and stuff, and it is not good if they get too populated. I don't know what their normal. I mean, a lot of that stuff is, you know, a lot of that stuff is that we've replaced the predators that keep that kind of stuff in check, so now we have to keep it in check. Ain't a lot of wild wolves running around. Yeah, I don't think we have wolves here anymore. Not in my lifetime. Coyotes, though. Coyotes are something that we didn't used to have that have moved in my lifetime. Coyotes and Uh, eagles, which is weird. I mean, eagles aren't weird, but hey, turtle. Uh, we didn't have any of that eagles or coyotes when I was a kid, and now we got man eagles. We got eagles all over the place now, and coyotes all over the place. The eagles. One day when I was driving home from work, when I was still teaching, um, and I thought it was a dog was sitting on the side of the road. Because I live in the middle of nowhere, so we drive long distances to get places. It was 45 miles to get to the school that I was teaching at, and so I had a lot of time in the car every day. And as I was out, I forgot what I was doing there for a second. As I was out and about, um, driving back from work, I saw a dead deer laying on the side of the road because we have a lot of deer where we live, and they get hit by cars a lot. And I forget what the I forget what the best population range is, but we're like double or triple that now, because there are no predators besides us, and they keep changing the laws so that instead of people hunting for meat, uh, they're making a lot of rules so people can hunt for sport, so they can bring in tourist dollars, and so they keep changing the type of deer you can hunt. But not that I've hunted deer since I was like 16. But they are tasty, and as a meat eater. And so, anyways, uh, so I'm coming home from work, and I see this dead deer, and I see there is something big and brown next to it on the road, and I thought a dog, a big dog, like German Shepherd sized dog, was seated next to it and eating on it. And so I slowed down because I didn't want to hit a dog. And so, I mean, I don't want to hit a deer either. I don't want to hit anything with my car. And so I get up there. Whoa. And it's an eagle, and it steps out into the middle of the road and flares its wings out at me, guarding that deer carcass. And it was huge, and so I had to slow down and drive off the other side of the road to get around it because it was not happy that my car was gonna eat its deer. Apparently, it thought. But man, with its wings spread out, it was as wide as the front of my car. It was huge. Um, I was really surprised at how tall it was. I've seen him from a distance, but I've never been up that close to one. And but man, it was about as tall as the hood of my car, and with his wings spread out, it was huge. Um, Big animals, probably smaller than our new dog is going to be, but still, it looked massive with its wings spread out. Uh, yeah, I really wanted to. I really wanted to catch those foxes, but I guess you can't have fox pets. I'll add some when I get back to my base. I'll put a little fence down and put some foxes inside of it so they can't run off on me. Another day of riding through the forest. I guess the wolves will hunt the foxes on here, but the foxes are faster than they are. Wild wolves will hunt foxes, it said. I was just reading the patch notes, trying to figure out what I could do with the foxes. Come on, buddy. We gotta cross the river here. Head back to the Gray Streak. Pass through Gray Streak, whatever that is. It's like my map thinks there's a mountain here, but there's not. So I went and saw the Captain Marvel movie last night. That was okay. Um, I feel like it's being hyped a bit, uh, and it's not quite as good as they were making out it was going to be, but it was okay. I enjoyed it. Um, I could have done with a less. Hey, did you know we're set in the '90s? Hey, did you know we're set in the '90s? Hey, did you know we're set in the '90s? Because they just kept hammering. Great. What is going on here? They just kept hammering the fact that the movie was set in the '90s. Oh, you know what's happening is you can't go through one wide things on a horse. And it was it was like all right. The first time it was okay. I felt like the first little glance at the technology was okay, but then they just kept going at it. And I was like, okay, we get it. You don't have to keep, you know, like, like, I guess spoilers. There's going to be some spoilers in my talk about the movie. Um, One of the things I thought was weird was in the 90s there were payphones, right? Cell phones weren't a thing really yet. They were starting to be, but they weren't quite there. And in fact, I don't think they had any cell phones in that movie. There were cell phones though, um, but they. Oh, is that supposed to be desert? I don't understand why it's gray. So they got payphones, and there's a point in the movie where she uses a payphone, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It's the '90s. Payphones don't exist anymore, so let's put a payphone in the movie. But then if you stop and think about it, why was she using a payphone? Payphone, I gotta stop and check out this temple. Don't run off too far. Oh, I might have already checked out this temple. I already checked out this temple. Never mind. Or somebody checked out this temple. Um, and so she's trying to contact her people. Because Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel is not, or is a human from Earth who doesn't remember that she's from Earth, who is a member of the Kree military, and so they wind up on Earth. She winds up on Earth, and so she needs to contact her people, and so her people, the Kree, not her people, the humans, and so I don't understand why she tapped into the landline based payphone system to communicate into outer space. Like, shouldn't she have like gone to some kind of satellite dish or something like that? Like, it's hard to remember. I'm pretty sure that like direct TV and stuff existed back in the 90s. I'm pretty sure we had that before I graduated from high school, or shortly after, if not. Um, so yeah, I don't understand tying into. She does it. She does it more than once. And it's like it's not like they step back into the 90s because it's supposed to be in like 95, I think, is when the movie takes place, which is when I graduated from high school. So it's not like I don't recognize the technology in there, but it's like they took a step back even further. I'm pretty sure cell phones were a thing in 95. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't till 90. Maybe it was closer to 2000 when cell phones. I know my friend, which would have been about 99, when he graduated from college, had a job where he had a smartphone, a Windows based smartphone. Um, and and so they have reset my map. This was a completely filled in map. Dang it, man. I don't appreciate that at all. Because it takes a long time to fill in one of these maps. But, anyways. It's like, haha, she landed on a blockbuster video because those don't exist anymore. Or, haha, when she asked for where to get communication equipment, they send her to Radio Shack because those don't exist anymore. Um, and um, but they just kept going. What's that? She says to Fury. Oh, this is my state of the art two-way pager. It allows me to send text messages to other people. Uh, and just stuff like that, which just I also felt like the music wasn't very. I don't know. It was a bizarre movie to me because their nod to the '90s was just weird and like like uh there are a lot of references to Top Gun in this film. A lot of references to Top Gun. Like an unbelievable amount of references to Top Gun. And there's a point in the movie where she's holding up a copy of The Right Stuff. Um, and um, there's there's a spot in there where I don't know if it was supposed to be Independence Day or uh, Firebirds. But there's an old 1990 movie called Firebirds where they fly helicopters. It's a lot like Top Gun. If you don't know what Top Gun is, well, I can help you there. Top Gun is a movie about flying jet airplanes, and then they made a similar movie called Firebirds where they fly helicopters. Uh, and so There's a scene in the movie that I'm just like, man, that is like straight out of Firebirds. Uh, and just a lot of stuff like that. And uh, there's a spot in there that was from Pulp Fiction, you know? And I was just like, I wish you had taken less time to try and make your movie into a montage of 90s movies and try to just be your own story a little bit more. Um, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It's got some really good moments. But for me, now I'm not saying don't take my opinion as the be all end all. But like for me, like Iron Man 3, right? I know a lot of people that like that movie, and for me, it is the worst of the Marvel, Avengers related movies. The worst. I absolutely despise the 45 minutes he spent in the middle of that movie hanging out with that kid in the garage. I hate it. I've only seen that movie once, I think. And Iron Man, for the longest time, the original Iron Man, was my favorite movie, and I hate the third one. I guess I don't hate it. I'd watch it again, but if I ever sit down to do a Avengers marathon where I watch all the Avengers movies over the course of a month or whatever, um, I would watch it. But I don't care for it. Like if I'm like, ooh, what Avengers movie do I want to watch today? That one's not going to be on the list. And I felt like there was a lot of stuff in this movie that didn't need to be. There was a lot like that 45 minutes in the garage. Uh, they try to do this thing where she like has amnesia, sort of, but it didn't really have an impact on the movie other than she doesn't remember being a human on Earth for like 5 seconds. And all right, it takes most of the movie, but it is weird how little of an impact that actually had on the movie, other than to say, oh yeah, she doesn't remember being on Earth. Um, because it's not even really a plot point. Like, did you see that? Did you see him just like teleport off somewhere? Man, I hate that they ruined my map. Did you guys kill a spider in here? That was my map, man. They ruined it. Not that that next one's doing much better. Alright, let's see about making a... Oh, you know what? I brought back this... Oh, I stole my cartography table. Right, right. I was wondering what that other table in there was. But I also stole I stole the composter, which I think I already have. Pretty sure I already have one of those over here. Yeah. So I stole the composter for no reason. But I also stole this smithing table because it looked cool. It didn't do anything, but it looks cool. Just in case I need to get some work done. And I stole the brewing stand, which I think I'll just put right here on top of the smithing table. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, so I'm going to need some fence. I have tons of fence. Oh, I forgot you were over here. What do you think, buddy? Where should I put these foxes? Do I have a room like over here where I don't do anything? Yeah. Wow, I've got some great aim. Thanks. Yep. What if I give him like a little burrow? Okay, we dug out way too much here. Um, I mean, I got all this birch on me. Might as well do it in birch. It's a block tall, right? Oh, shoot. You know what? I think it said they could jump really high. Uh, you think a really high is one block high? No, really high has got to be more than one block high. Probably not 2 blocks high. You don't think they'd be, well, was this 2.5, I think, with the fencing? We're going to have to go. It's like a zoo, man. I have to build the exhibit. Alright. Now, if we're going to do that, then I might as well. Just give them a little spot they can go into in case they want to. They want to hide out. Alright, let's see if I got any gates. Maybe I can get in there. I do. Sweet. And then we're going to have to cheat it in some foxes. Why would I want my gate to go that way? There we go. Okay, now we gotta go out here. We gotta go open to land, allow cheats, start land worlds, game mode, creative, because I want foxes. Fox spawn egg. He's got feathers in his mouth. What am I seeing? Did you eat it? Did you mate? Did you get me some baby foxes? I'm in creative. Shouldn't that have just allowed me to keep throwing these? Uh, Give me some baby foxes. Oh, sorry. I thought you guys had to eat them. I didn't realize. Aw, look at the baby fox. Okay, I want to make sure he didn't get out. All right, well, I have made my fox pen so that I can have some foxes. I can't see the baby one. Where's the baby one? Oh, there he is. Hey, little guy. I think I need to replace these fences, though, with some glass so I can actually see these guys. This is not conducive to my vision. I didn't know you could plant them. Did you see that? You can plant berry bushes. I'm planting some berry bushes. Feed my foxes. Cheat it all in. Alright, well, with that, click like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.